sweater cost $16. This one cost $540, and the one I'm wearing, I made myself, and it cost me $2,000. But how can you tell when something is actually worth more or when brands are just overcharging you? What should clothing actually cost? Let's take a look at how these were made. For Walmart, I'll make an educated guess. At $16 retail, it probably cost $4 or less to make. I'm basing this on the cheap materials used, average fast fashion clothing markups, and this article, which exposed Walmart for using a factory which exploited workers and also revealed them paying $4 for a blazer that retailed for $22. Using exploitative, dangerous factories is not out of the ordinary for Walmart, who also had garments being made at Rana Plaza. On the other end of the spectrum, we have this sweater from upscale brand Attire, who lists a very helpful and open breakdown of their costs. Materials, labor in Italy, and transit cost $140. They also list where the materials came from. They have a whole tab on their site where we can learn more about the labor and the factory in Italy, though I would like to have the exact name to be able to look it up. It's still hard to be 100% sure that something was ethically made and the materials are as good as they say that they are, but it's a step in the right direction for sure. But what if I wanted to be sure my clothes are 100% ethically made? I'd have to do it for myself, which is why last summer, that's exactly what I did. I started by shearing a sheep and then spent 18 hours cleaning the wool. I spent 24 hours spinning it into yarn. I spent 9 hours dyeing it, and then knitting took 38 hours. All in, my sweater cost just over $2,000, with $1,500 of that being labor alone if I paid myself minimum wage. This was, of course, doing everything by hand, so everything took longer and was more expensive, but it was still very eye-opening to the amount of labor involved in clothing production that we often just overlook. So what should a sweater cost? Well, it's hard to say when brands keep so much of their production process in the dark or just lie about it to make it seem better than it is. But the EU actually just made sharing this information mandatory with digital product passports, which will tell consumers where and how something was made, as well as with what materials. Until we have something similar in the US, unfortunately, you just have to research these brands as best as you can, shop secondhand, or spend all your free time for 4 months making a sweater that's honestly not that good.